Tēnā koutou katoa. Last week I had the wonderful opportunity to be in Melbourne and to be part of some work that relates to the Anglican Science Commission. Some of you might know of the birth of the Commission just 3 years ago, and then the Lambeth call related to the Commission's work, a call on science and faith that we agreed on in 2022 at the Lambeth Conference. And that call has largely two elements to it. One is for us to realise that within science there are God-given resources for our mission, things that can enable us to wonder more at creation, but ways in which science and faith together can further enhance the well-being of creation and all her creatures, our work of building the kingdom of God on earth. The second part of the call relates to, therefore, developing the relationship between science and faith through a theological discourse that we would like to initiate with the disciplines and the knowledge system of science. Well, for too long there's been this perceived rift as if science and faith are enemies of one another. In fact, one of the bishops in the group that I worked with had this wonderful phrase that science is our friend. And the more we can discover the ways in which these two disciplines can support one another in the purposes of bringing well-being to people, then the better off each discipline is, and certainly the more enhanced our mission is. So we spent 3 days, 18 bishops from across Australia, Church of Melanesia, and our church in Aotearoa, New Zealand, Polynesia. And we were able to work in small groups of 6 each, to deliberate on questions like what our perceptions of faith actually are as bishops, the ways in which we're already using science, whether we know it or not, and the ways in which we think we can begin to respond more actively to the Lambeth call. Some great conversations, some great ideas that have come out of that, and they'll be put together with similar work that's been done in Africa last year, and it is yet to be done with bishops in the West Indies in the beginning of October, at the end of October. Lead bishops, of which I am our lead bishop in our province, will be gathering in Virginia Theological Seminary in the United States to talk all about these things in more depth and to begin to hone in on just what our work as lead bishops is to be on behalf of the Commission. So it's a really interesting piece of work to be part of. These things are kind of iterative, and they'll progress and expand over the coming years. The days are getting longer, but the weather's as cold as ever, and I'm conscious of how much flu and COVID there is about. I pray you are keeping warm and you are keeping well.